So learners, welcome to this informative session. Today we are going to learn about the most important numericals in the board exam, as well as we are going to learn about some of the important topics which are absolutely needed before you go and write your board exam paper. So we are going to discuss on the most important question bank as well. So if you are following the rotational dynamics, okay, so make sure you should go with the parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem. But for my point of view, as of now, it's both are important. But if you will ask me, sir, what is your opinion about the parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem? So the very important question is, see, perpendicular axis theorem is very easy to write in a few lines. So as my point of view, in a board exam, parallel axis theorem is very important. Second one is a maximum speed of a car with which a car can be safely driven along horizontal curved road, right? So these two are the most important questions, out of which you will get a numerical as well as you will get the theory questions. Apart from that, if you want to learn the definitions, right, you can learn the definitions from this lesson, right? You can work here as speed of vehicle, speed of vehicle, all object at highest, lowest and midway position. So this is one of the most important question that you should learn in a VCM, that is a vertical circular motion. That's come into the category of VCM. Second, we have, if we will talk about the chapter stationary waves. So in stationary waves, the most important question, we are damn sure that this question will appear in your board exam, that is pipe open at both ends and pipe closed at one end. Closed at one end. Also, there is a lot of possibility that you will get a numerical or any one MCQ from that. Like what kind of MCQs must be asked, mainly asked in your board exam? There is one pipe which is open at both ends and there is one pipe which is closed at one end. They joined together. They joined together. Now what will be their end correction? So this kind of a tricky question must be asked in the stationary part. So stationary waves, or you can say the superposition of wave, this is very important. Next, you can work on the string vibrated in a loop, like one loop, three loop and two loops. Also, there is a huge possibilities that you will get the numericals from this section. So to learn these numericals, make sure you thoroughly go through the stationary waves and superposition of waves properly. Now come back to the, see, as this is the final examination time, so we are not going deeper into which topic you need to explore. I don't say don't read this much only, but my main concern is you should go and read this topic first, and if you have the time, then definitely go and watch the rest topics. Let me add the learners, those who have joined late. Next, we have oscillation. So in oscillation, you need to learn the most important question, that is analytical treatment of beat, or what is beat formation. Also learn about the graphical representation, right? Starting from mean and extreme position. Not only that, but also check for conservation of energy. Check for conservation of energy. Means energy at midpoint, energy at extreme point. So total energy, you need to work on this and you need to draw the graph as well. So this we have done many times. So this is very important question in your board exam. Second, see already it is mentioned graphical representation, mean position and extreme position, expression for displacement, velocity and acceleration of a particle performing linear SHM. So out of which any two can be asked in your board exam. This is most important question for this year. Second is kinetic theory of gases. So in kinetic theory of gases, you need to work on equation of pressure and you need to ask a question like show that A plus R plus T is equal to 1. And second, definition of emissivity. This is very important part. So this is very important part. Next, explain the construction of Ferris perfectly black body. All right. So learners, those who are writing as of now, don't worry. After this session, I'll share these notes with everyone. So you will get what topics you need to go through once before you go to the exam, right? These are the topics that I am sending it to you. Must be you need to go through before one day of your exam. So make sure you will not elapse these topics. Second is wave theory. So in a wave theory, the most important part is Bristol's law. Tangent of the polarizing angle is equal to the refractive index of a material, and show that angle between reflected ray and refracted ray is pi by 2. So this is the question which is very important, right? Second, in interference and diffraction, you need to create a view on different diffraction due to single slit and its numerical. These are most commonly asked in this. And theory of analytical treatment of interference fringes means you need to pass n lambda d by d, right? So this is most commonly asked in the board exam, so that you need to go through it before you go to the exam. Second, realize criteria for limit of resolution of image and condition for producing steady interference pattern. This can be asked for 2 marks, this can be asked for 2 to 3 marks, this can be asked for 3 marks, and this can be asked for 3 marks. So this is most important question. So if you are preferring, if you love to work with physics 2, this is your bread and butter. Like if you will go with wave theory and interference and diffraction, definitely you will score a good marks. Now coming to the mechanical properties of liquid. So hydraulic lift is there, which is on page number 31 of your textbook. You can mark this as very important. Next, hydrostatic paradox means a shape of a liquid container do not affect the pressure. If the shape will be like this, then also the pressure will become same. If the shape will become like this, then also the pressure will become same. And if the shape will be like this, then also the pressure will become same. That means the shape of the liquid container do not affect the pressure, right? So pressure at all points in a same container, container with the same liquid must have the same pressure. Second, if we will talk about the surface tension part, surface tension. So in this topic, like just go and watch definition of surface tension. surface energy. It's very important. Then rise and fall of capillary tube. Okay, how we are going to calculate the value of H, right? Okay, there is a possibility that examiner can ask a question on water meniscus. What is water meniscus? So just have a look on that. Then Stokes law is already discussed over here. Stokes law and viscosity. So these are the important topics that you need to go through before you go for your final board exam. Mechanical properties of liquid. All right. Next, we have a electrostatics. So we are coming that to the part number 2 of your physics. First, you need to go through the application of Gauss's law. This is very important. Let me check who entered. Okay, so in electrostatics, make sure you go through the Gauss's law. Thereafter, you need to check for expression for potential energy. Second, electrical potential due to a point charge, or what is electric dipole. This is also a very important question. Next, expression for capacitor of a parallel plate condenser and effect of dielectric on capacitors. So, pehle, what you need to learn in this part, expression of capacitance of a parallel plate condenser means once you fill a liquid inside or any kind of a dielectric inside a parallel plate, what is the effect on it and what is the expression of capacitance of a parallel plate condenser. That is most important question. Now next, that can be asked for 2 to 3 marks, that is capacitors connected in series. From my point, this is very important, and from here you will get a numericals. And one of the most important numericals is like this. There are 4 capacitors. So this type of numericals is there in your textbook. Please go through it. Also, you will find out a short video on YouTube of our gravity classes channel, where you will get a short trick to solve this kind of a tricky questions as well. Energy stored in a capacitor. Energy stored in a capacitor. This is also an important question. Most important question I can say for this year. So make sure this question number 6 also you refer before you write your board exams paper. Next, in a current electricity, many times I have told you, Wheatstone network is very important. Wheatstone network, that is R1 upon R2, that is equal to R3 upon R4. That can comes in your board exam up to 4 marks. Sum and difference method, 4 marks. Sum and difference method. Like, what is sum method? What is difference method? Right? So, when this is one potential plus minus. So, this is sum. And minus, then this is a difference. So, sum and difference method, you need to go through it once. Individual, so here you will get E1 upon E2 is equal to L1 upon L2. And in sum and difference method, you will get E1 upon E2 is equal to L1 plus L2 upon L1 minus L2. So this is very important, and this can be asked in your board exam up to 3 to 4 marks. Next is use of port, that is potentiometer, to find the internal resistance of the cell. This is also an important part. So like examiner has many choice to give a questions from this topic, right? Also, you need to understand how you can convert an ordinary galvanometer to ammeter and voltmeter. So what is moving coil galvanometer? Explain principal construction and working of MCG. Then understand conversion of galvanometer to ammeter and conversion of galvanometer to voltmeter. So use of shunt. So what is shunt resistance? That can be asked in a board exam. What is the use of shunt? What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? Right? What is accuracy and sensitivity of MCG? Also, that can ask the advantages of galvanometer, or advantages we can say. That can be asked in the board exam. Next, we have magnetic field. So, most important question is, what is cyclotron motion? Cyclotron motion. Then magnetic force on a conductor. And most important is Biot-Savart law. Already I have written force of attraction between two long straight parallel conductor carrying current, right? Infinitely strong. Okay, too long straight. Instead of too long, you can get infinitely long as well. So this is very important question. What is axial magnetic field and what is magnetic induction of solenoid, right? So this is also important, but as compared to all the topics that I have mentioned here, Biot-Savart law and parallel like force acting on the two long straight parallel conductor carrying a current is very important. In magnetism, you can discuss and go through the different types of magnetic substance, like what is paramagnetic substance, what is ferromagnetic substance, what is diamagnetic substance, what is the difference between them, that you need to write down. See learners, if it is a 2 marks question, I'll tell you write only 4 points, but make sure you remember 5 points. And for 4 marks, okay, write at least 9 points, so that if you will forgot one, you will not miss any half marks as well. Now here is a definition. What is magnetization, what is magnetic moment, and what is revolving electron? Or there are some certain questions maybe arise, like derive an expression for magnetic moment of revolving electron, right? Or here also they will ask what is gyromagnetic ratio. So make sure learners, these are the important topics that we are discussing here. What is gyromagnetic ratio? This is important, right? What is magnetic susceptibility? The Curie temperature, the temperature at which the ferromagnetic substance lose its magnetism and domain structure get completely destroyed. Now explain ferromagnetism on the basis of domain theory. So make sure what is domain, what is the size of a domain, that is very important to write. बच्चे बोलते हैं सर हम लोग ने तो पूरा लिख दिया लेकिन जो लिखना था वो नहीं लिखा. So that makes a sense. What is domain theory? This you need to write. Next, EMI, right? So it's a electromagnetic induction. So what is self and what is mutual induction? The one, or maybe sometimes a distinguish can be asked. Second is principal, construction and working of a transformer. ये बहुत ही important है, right? Explain principal, construction and working of transformer. ये आपको 2 to 3 marks या up to 4 marks तक भी आ सकता है. So it's very important. Energy stored in magnetic field. This is also important. And numericals of EMI. So these are very important. Okay, और ये ज्यादातर जो न्यूमेरिकल्स पूछे जाते हैं ना वो पावर फैक्टर में से पूछे जाते हैं. पावर फैक्टर. Now next is a AC circuit. Okay, so there are 3 main circuits. Expression for purely resistive, purely inductive and purely capacitive. So ये तीनों पढ़ना है and साथ ही साथ आपको पढ़ना है series combination of LCR and its phasor diagram. See, already I have written. Make sure you remember the diagram as well. Diagram. And these diagrams are very easy. Okay, और ये सारे डायग्राम में आपको डायग्राम्स बनाने हैं I वर्सेस E, करंट वर्सेस EMF. ओके, डेफिनेशंस कहाँ से आ सकता है? इम्पीडेंस एंड कैपेसिटेंस में से आ सकता है आपको. इम्पीडेंस एंड कैपेसिटेंस में से डेफिनेशन आ सकता है. व्हाट इज रिएक्टेंस, व्हाट इज रेजोनेटिंग सर्किट, राइट? व्हाट इज पावर फैक्टर, what is root mean square value of current, what is root mean square value of EMF. So this can be asked, right? So this is very important. So make sure you refer this root mean square value of current and root mean square value of EMF. Now next we have is dual nature of radiation and matter. So in that, all the characteristics you need to remember first. All the characteristics, maybe it is related to alpha, beta, gamma, whatever the characteristics are there. Characteristics of if you are increasing a frequency, what will be change in a current, right? Keeping the threshold frequency constant, what will be the change in a current, like different input voltage, what will what will be the output voltage. So all the characteristics which are given in your textbook, you need to by heart this. Second is threshold frequency, the minimum frequency below which no emission of thermal, you can say no emission of electrons takes place. So this you need to remember, threshold frequency. Photoelectric work function, phi 0, and Einstein's photoelectric equation. And last is a numericals. And make sure in numericals, like you need to convert the energy from joule to electron volt. Like majorly it is given in joule, right? So to convert this, we used to multiply in 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, right? So make sure these are the very tough numericals. Only 6 to 9 numericals are there, but they are time consuming. So make sure you do the enough practice so that you will not get any faulty answer in that. Last we have atom, molecules and nuclei. So most important is Jaeger and Marson experiment, Bohr's postulate, first, second and third, hydrogen spectrum energy level diagram, that can be asked for 2 marks. Okay, so if you will go through this first, second and third, you can easily discover radius of electron, velocity of electron, energy of electron. Then there is a possibility for definition, what is isotope, what is isobar, what is mass defect, what is nuclear fission, what is nuclear fusion, and this is most important part, like what is radioactive disintegration, what is radioactive decay law, and derive an expression for half lifetime. Okay, so these are the important part or important questions from atom, molecule, cell, nuclei. So in a semiconductor, first go and understand what are semiconductor, what are the different types of semiconductor. If you have any doubt, go and read 11th standard textbook so that your doubts will be cleared. What are the extrinsic type of semiconductor, how the doping can be done, right? So diode as a full wave rectifier, second NPN transistor, Zener diode and its characteristics, and I hope this you have already done in your practical exams as well. Transistor as a switch, most important question, most important. Okay, derive an expression, explain the principal construction and working of photodiode and cell, and diode as an amplifier. So these are the most important questions of a semiconductor. Getting? So I hope learners, whatever the things that we have discussed over here, like semiconductor, atom, molecules, nuclei, dual nature, AC circuit, EMI, magnetism, magnetic field, current, electricity, right? Electrostatics, mechanical properties of liquid, construction of very perfectly black body, wave theory in interference and diffraction, oscillation, KTG, rotational dynamics, and stationary waves and superposition of waves. So we have tried to cover almost all the topics of physics in a very short span of a time.